Well, hello, everybody. Good morning. It's not the morning. Well, 11:49 on Wednesday. Still kind of the morning. How's everybody doing out there? Just fighting the trend here at For All Audiences. That's all we're doing. Fighting the trend. Shorting up at the highs. Watching this Nvidia chart right here. This is the one that's got my attention. Let's see. Are these all updated for y'all? Yeah. Okay. Good. Sure. Why to short against the trend? Because I'm watching Nvidia reject 200. That's why. This is my TPT funded account right here. 213 on the NQ. I'm short. Okay, short from 212. Now, a confirmation of NVIDIA over 200 would definitely distinguish my appetite for shorting up here. Okay, we're green in profits. Now, NVIDIA needs to actually reject instead of just pretending to over here on the EMAs. Look at that. Look at that entry. All right, I'm going to take it out there for the reason of we're still in the trailing drawdown. Ah, what a good exit that was. Okay, over here in TopStep, short again. This is a combine. I got to admit, guys, I've been trading like fucking garbage. Uh, torched 3 MyFundedFutures evals this morning. All my pogos already gone. So here we are in TopStep in a fresh combine from this morning, up about 250 on it. Glad I exited when I did on my TPT. Let's just review where we are in TPT. We're up 39.50 today. $40 holler on TPT, but that's okay. Still in the trailing drawdown, so I'm cautious slash worried that I don't want to blow that one. That's my last funded account on the books right now. Check out that rejection on NVIDIA 200. Do I not give you the best levels here? I think I do. However, market not really following the NVIDIA pullback. Curious. Very curious. Let's go over here to our 8x8 screen. Good. Good. Who is responsible for this travesty of the market's heading to all-time highs on no news, nothing good, peace in Iran from the war that we started? I guess that's a reason they go to all-time highs, but I don't fucking believe that shit. I don't believe that shit for a second. This is total manipulation. Now, what I think is happening, if you truly want to know, let me see if I can find you the tweet about it. But I believe this is our friends, no hate, friends in the Middle East are paying our government to continue the fight. And they have guaranteed they're going to help us prop our markets up while the fight continues. This is my theory. You've heard it here. I don't believe in this peace deal. I don't think it's going to last. It feels way too obvious, way too easy. Oil is not really believing it either. If you want to look over on the oil chart, we're up at 92 after bottoming under 90. 90.50 even. We bottomed during trading New York trading hours. We got 90.28 in the morning. Overnight, bottoming at 86.96. Already up $6 since then, and the market has squozed up. What the fuck is going on? Oil's calling bullshit, but not so much on the markets. This is our SPX right here. I do like that candle here on the 5. This is our ES 15 minute. I like that candle on the 15. NVIDIA rejecting 200 again. I like that. I like SPX going down there. I'm even going to potentially jump into this in the funded. I don't know. Just watching close here. Let's talk about VIX, baby. Let's talk about shorting. Please. Let's talk about VIX. Let's talk about VIX. Let's talk about VIX. Let's talk about VIX holding this high after the big crush this morning. This is pre-market data, 8:30 data. Yep. Crushed us. We had Empire State Manufacturing Index released the a crushing expectations kind of number. I'm gonna just take one off there. That's kind of a break-even stop. I don't love that bounce. I don't love that bounce off the EMA whatsoever. Y'all see that? Y'all seeing that? Seeing that? Shit. Now you're seeing it. Huh. Goodness gracious. Let me help you see it even better. Okay, so I took one off on the EMA tap. Just checking over on all the commodities. Oil's getting a bounce, silver's getting a bounce. Now, this NVIDIA 200 rejection is auspicious to me as the VIX pushes up. I'm staying short, but not in the funded. UVXY at the prior day high. Just to give you some context, UVXY is just another instrument that measures volatility in different scales than the VIX. Prior day high push on UVXY. This is why I've been short all day. We bounced here at the open. Pushed through. This pre-market high is actually MHP. We should be short as hell up here. I don't get this one bit. I'm not understanding this market. So glad I've been torching the evals rather than the fundeds, but sheesh, it's been tough trading, y'all. Very tough. Very tough. Move my stop down. Short's working out. There it is. There it is. I told you about the UVXY. Been trying to short this the whole fucking way up. Let's look at this. Check stop on the 30. Shorting since here. Shorted yesterday. Since here. Just fighting the trend every day. Look at these trend days. 3. No, we got 1, 2 trend days. 2 trend days. 3 trend days in a row. Man! What idiot would short this stuff, huh? What idiot would short that? All day, every day. Nothing but fighting the trend. Because I don't believe that this is going to be the thing that solves peace in the Middle East. I don't think that our friends in Israel are going to respect the agreement. I don't think our friends in Lebanon are going to respect the agreement. I don't think that the United States even has the moral authority to sign such an agreement of a war that we started. I mean, I don't think anybody should be trusting anything we say. We killed the last negotiators who were trying to make the peace deal. Who would ever even come to the table with us? Nonetheless, UVXY rejecting some more. I don't love it. I don't love it. Did kind of top tick the market here, so I'm going to see how it plays out with my stop, but we'll just have to see. NVIDIA is technically holding up here. I mean, you got some SR flips already happening. That's a big one right there. 198-ish, 198.50s. Yeah, that's a big one. And then what do we got up here? 199.50. Loves the 50s. I told you. NVIDIA is the 50 lover. This is 199 evens. Just the rejection by 50 cents is not a great rejection, which is why I'm not loving this short anymore, unless I see something really interesting happening out of the VIX. This rejection does not inspire a lot of confidence to the short side while NVIDIA is pushing to 2. That's what's up. That's where I'm at on this trade. Not loving it. We clearly have resistance above in the 210s, 216. Oil got a rejection off of the 92.50, our other 50 player. All right, probably move my stop. Yeah. Yeah. If we don't reject off of this EMA, this is the 9 EMA. If we don't have a rejection here, this is going to be a stop out situation. This is why I didn't take it in the funded. The trailing drawdown. Look at this. We went, 40 points only to bounce. This is a very bouncy market. It's a tough short here. VIX maintaining this, but it got a little better. Did we get over the prior day high? No. This is on the 5. Definitely need this to turn around if you want to have any further short action, because a dump from here, even this sort of 20-cent dump, is going to push the markets to all-time high. Tough shorts. Tough to short on highs. Oh, we're over the level. We're 1 cent over the level. Will I get back in short? I like the push I'm seeing after the rejection. All right. I'm short 2 micros off an EMA rejection and the UVXY pop on a level. Hey, there's some action. I like that off our entry. I like that very much. Very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. Now we got to get under 199.50 on NVIDIA. Will it happen? I don't know. Ah. We might stop to break even. See how this turns out. Look at these crazy wicks. It's top of the hour here at 12 p.m. This is the decision point. We've got wicks in both directions. It's hard to really make heads or tails of it. See what happens. NVIDIA at support. Oh, the rejection on the UVXY is going to push us up. Well, this is just no fun for shorting. Think I've learned my lesson? I don't know. I don't know. Let's check my VIX levels. I don't have any pivots on the chart. Let's see what we got. Courtesy of the architect. Architect of my dreams. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take one off. Just getting a little profit in before we get stopped out. Now, where were we on the... Let's see. We're way above the sea. That is expected. I don't have VIX left. How about that? Yeah, nope. No VIX levels today. Nothing to work with. Do still see the rejection off the EMA. Do still see NVIDIA now under the 199.50. Let's go back to our other setup. Look at that rejection up here. It had a double top, and now it's under its support of 199.50. Let's watch what happens. I'm going to enter just in 2 because I think we could have quite a precipitous drop here. Unless it reclaims 199.50, this is not going to hold the market up. Oh, it's a bounce. Sort of a battle between the UVXY and the Nasdaq via the chips, which I look at here via NVIDIA. $26,200. Remember 216 prior high. Short from 200-ish. I'd like to get my cost basis up a little higher, around the 205s. All right, so I added 2 there at 202. Oh, and only cut one. Added one more at 202.50, one more at 203. Not loving the UVXY rejection. NVIDIA recapturing 199.50. This may be a short-lived short. Stop is in. Risking about half of our profit on the day. Everybody else is buying the dip. I don't want to for whatever reason. I just don't believe it. I don't believe in the dip anymore, you guys. Hope y'all are out there buying the dip. Not copy trading me, that's for sure. That's quite the rejection on the 5-minute on the UVXY as NVIDIA reclaimed the 199.50. Okay, UVXY 39 bounce? Question mark. I'm actually going to open this trade up a little bit. I'm going to give it like the proper 40 points of stop. I did have a stop up here earlier, not on the stream, which the wildest thing happened. It was during this pump right here. I was short on a ginormous candle. I think it was this candle right here. I shorted that wick and put my stop up here, and it fucking filled me on this candle. It filled me way up there. Crazy trade. Didn't have it on camera, but that's okay. Not that it really matters. My other complaint that I sent over to TopStep did not get any traction, despite having this video. Thought that would have been pretty cool for evidence. I like this rejection on NVIDIA. I'm adding one more. Short 6. That was a good ad. Now we just need to break below the EMA with some force here. UVXY getting a little bit of a bounce off of 39 as I hoped. Wow. Interesting. Really interesting. Six now. Remember, our stop is way up there. But I don't want to build too much in here without kind of keeping tabs on this. Just on a combine here. I added it 209. Remember, I want my cost basis around 210. I think that NVIDIA rejection is more auspicious than it seems. Okay, added one more at 208. We're at 209s now. 39 again on the UVXY. Oh, precipitous drop on the UVXY. That's not going to be good for our shorts. I added a few more up here in the 12s. I still think we're going to get resistance up there in the 40s. Okay, there's NVIDIA testing that 199.50 again and rejecting. I like that for my short. That UVXY drop really hurt us. But it's getting a little bit of a bounce off of that 20 EMA. Okay, okay, got a red candle here. A little bit of red. I like the look of that. You guys see this? I like the look of that. No, not that way. The other way. Other way. 199.40s on the video. Why are we going to the highs? This makes no sense. Again, this market makes no sense. This is why I'm not risking my funded on any of these short ideas at the moment. Gosh, are we just gonna continue? All-time highs, baby. Who knows? We're at 199.51 NVIDIA. Watching my stops here. I could stop out of a few once we break highs. I might just sort of elect to bail. Dang. Hey. 17s now. This is where I wanted to have some resistance up near the 40s. Wow, look at that squeeze just continuing. Okay, cost basis is 11. That's where I wanted it. That is just a classic bull flag breakout. Shorten against the trend. VIX breaking down. NVIDIA has reclaimed its prior support. VXY getting a little bounce off the EMA. We just falsely break out, or did we legitimately break out? We're about to find out. It's just a big bull flag, but it's a bull flag on the UVXY as well. Still watching real close against the 20s. Oh, I'm realizing now this is so quiet for you guys. Jeez, my bad, y'all. Let me. So the internet was down earlier, so I had to ration out my. I had to ration out my internet. Now it's back, which is good news. Oh no, not that one. Where's my? Yeah, synthwave it. Synth it. You guys hear this? There we go. All right. Trade is in. Almost green. Kind of a bigger size than I like to typically do. This is just a combine. Paying close attention over here on both UVXY versus NVIDIA. And again, I still think that we have further resistance above in the 40s. That's the upper DD band per rocket scooter. Hard to short such a strong squeezy market, but who knows what's going to happen. Definitely have resistance up here. Over here on the 15? Oh, it's on the 30. Okay, go over to the 10. 5-minute chart. Wow, look at the bounce off of the entry. Not a good look. Not a good look. 199.50 tap for NVIDIA. XY continues to fall. Wow, look at that bounce. Everybody buying the dip still. Dang, up in the 20s now. No pullbacks here. This was not a reasonable pullback, in my opinion. It needs to go deeper. Find more buyers. NVIDIA doesn't seem to have them up here. Wow. So check out this candle right here, you guys. Hanging man with long legs. I call this a long legs. That's a bullish hanging man. See if I'm right. They can fill this wick and still remain bullish. That long legs makes me very, very suspicious. Suspicious. Okay, seeing a little rejection off of NVIDIA, a little bounce on the UVXY, but it's diving more. Still got the resistance off the 20s here in the NQ. Okay, it's starting to fill the wick to the downside. Shout out Ike! Kick-ass segment on MyFunded earlier. You blew me away, dude. Sorry for the weird pauses. that was awesome. Awesome debut. I hope someday to have a similar debut as exciting as yours. You get to have three trades, 3 wins. Beautiful day on the stream. Plus, you're entertaining. I have a lot to learn about being entertaining. Still trying to perfect my streaming vibes here. So far, I just want to win. I just want to make money. Maybe that's the wrong idea. Maybe I should be focusing more on how to get this fun. It's crazy to think. I just don't have a whole lot of fun ideas right now. I just want to make some money and not be in debt. That's kind of where I'm at. Told you that was a long leg hanging man, bullish hanging man. Now we're in the 20s. Bit choppy here. I think NVIDIA actually will get this push to 200 again at some point today. I don't know if that's right now. If it is, it's doom for this trade. Doom! Okay, sort of searching the support again. Again, just want to point out, below 199.50. 198.83 and 198.55. If we just lose the 50 and then the 199, short will totally work out in our favor. Let's see what happens. Okay, this music's a little serious. It's a little bit serious for me. Let's find something different. I feel like I perform better with hip hop. Let's see what we got. Shout out X Reaper Studios. 99.50 tap for NVIDIA. Market continues to press. VIX is under 18. Wow. See that 5-minute hanging man about to be defeated on the NQ. Don't think we got resistance waiting up here at the DD band. Well, we'll see. Strong up here, guys. We're under than 199.50, however. I added one more up here as it's probing the 20s, mid 20s. Still see resistance, especially on ES. There we go. There we go. Even a tap down here to the EMA, especially if it flushed a little below, would allow me to at least get a few of my positions off. There goes NVIDIA to the downside. There goes UVXY off of the EMA bounce. Oh, NVIDIA. Who is taking down NVIDIA? But we're gonna. Oh, we didn't get any yet. We didn't get any out. Oh, it was so fast. It was so quick. Wow, that bounce was quick. Holy mackerel. They'll think we got resistance in the 40s. NVIDIA got a bounce in the 20s. That doesn't totally read for me. Didn't quite make it to a 99. Bounced off of 99.13. That's not a number that means a lot to me. I don't know if that's a real bounce. Added one more. Forming a legitimate hanging man on the 10-minute on ES. 99.18 again on NVIDIA. Remember, 199.13 was that rando support line. Ooh, music just turned sexy. Careful there. Careful there. This is not a sexy trade that we're in. Very red. Very red. Added one more in 20s. Two more. Three more. Short 25. Cost basis at 26,213. Wow. I thought it would need NVIDIA to go to the highs. Or at the 30s. UVXY, no help. No fucking help from you, sir. Okay, that's another rejection on NVIDIA. More red for NVIDIA, but not for the market. Very confusing. Topwick added one more. We're 26 to 27.25. My cost basis is 214.25. So we're 13 points to the wrong side of the trade, while NVIDIA's looking a little bouncy. We push too much further here, I will start to scale out of the position so I don't blow the account. NVIDIA bounced, engulfed. Okay, ES trying to break out. 37.50, 37.75. It's a new high day on the ES. Shorted again.
Order filled.
Okay, hopefully a liquidity sweep just occurred on the ES. Let's see. $36. NVIDIA's gotten the bounce. Is the 40 gonna hold as resistance? We break above 40 with gusto, and this is toast.
Order filled.
Added a couple more. 37. Cost basis is 18.25. That EMA is down there at 11. Cost basis is above. Wow, look at that push. NVIDIA 199.50.
Order filled.
Needed to reject from there. This is the DD band on NQ, isn't it? Isn't it? Got my... Goes NVIDIA. We're about 10 points from all-time highs in the ES. Tough shorts. Wow, still pushing, getting ready to scale out. We're above the 40s where I thought we would see resistance. It's really surprising to me, y'all. Love to see UVXY get back above the pre-market high. Okay, that's the rejection I wanted to see in the 40s. We overshot it a little bit. I'm enjoying the top wick. We need to get under 40. NVIDIA does not seem to be playing along. Okay, still getting the rejection off of about 50 there. A little higher than I expected it, hence my very, very red position. I need to see the VIX do something here. Okay, I like the rejection on NVIDIA, but will it bounce off the 50? Got an initial bounce off 99.50 NVIDIA. $46 now. Need more red here. NVIDIA is holding it. It's 50.
Order filled.
Added at 50. To break it. Let's go break it out. Okay, I like that rejection off of my ad on 50. Not seeing anything out of the UVXY that's helpful. Okay, I like that look. Rejection off of resistance. Nope. Still getting bounciness. VIX is still not playing along. NVIDIA holding that 199.50 level. Okay, better, looking better off of the 50 ad especially. I'd love to see that red engulf the full wick, come down to test the EMA at the very least. I would get out of half the position there probably. 199.60s NVIDIA. UVXY is pushing to the lows. 70-40. Okay, there's the engulfing. I'll take some off at 30. We're in the 30s now. Okay, I see the VIX just woke up. Hello, VIX. Love this. Check out that stop right there. Wait, I'll just risk the whole freaking thing. All right, I'm taking off several here.
Order filled.
Not the best, like, profity stops. Technically a red trade, but we didn't lose the account.
Order filled.
Told you I would scale out at 30.
Order filled. Order filled.
Interesting rejection right there, huh? I thought it was gonna be at 40s, but it was actually at 50s. That was a safety trim there in deficit, not in profit, opposite profit. NVIDIA finally losing the level. It had no indication that it was going to really reject off that 199.80. Perhaps not the best subtractions from the position, but I'm happy with it. Let's take a look over at the ES chart just for a second. I think this is important. We have been wicking off of this level. The last time we were up here, 28th of January, all-time high. Gonna beat it today? About I have it marked on this chart over here. Yes, all-time high, 43. We hit 40.25. Now, based on what I'm seeing here, minute, get that top wick. Tricky, very tricky. Still hanging out at the 30s. It was probably a pretty good subtract. Okay, I'd like to get under the 30s. That's good news. Tempted to add a backpack here. Just based on the candle structure. UVXY back over the pre-market high, but it's at this EMA cluster, which could easily reject again. This is where it rejected last time, and it's slightly lower here. Again, market wants all-time highs, so it's a tough short. Took off one more. Took off two more. Stops at break even. There's the breakdown on NVIDIA that I liked. Now we need to get under this 199.13 level where the buyers were hiding before, and I will add a backpack. All right, added a backpack short. There we go. VIX is waking up. That's what I needed to see. I wish see the market to not bounce. Here goes NVIDIA. New low-ish of the moment. Did it bounce? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop out there. That was a $20 profit. Prepared to enter more. How many do I have over here? I'm only short 2 there. Have been stopped down. Back to the backpack. Watching the video 199 test. UVXY getting a pop. Okay, there's NVIDIA 199. Taking off one more there. Backpack. Should have held the backpack. Okay, 199.87 on NVIDIA. 200 tap NQ. That's just a VWAP test on NVIDIA. Oh, we're under that level. NVIDIA could wick it.
Order filled.
Okay, short 2 backpacks here, but will this be the bounce? NVIDIA's selling. Out of 1 backpack. Don't love the bottom wick there, off of the 198.55 on NVIDIA. Now this was the pullback that could launch us to the highs.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, I want to see NVIDIA really break down here. Huge backpack on. Will the dip get bought? A little bouncy from these levels. Heavy backpack.
Order filled.
Took off 2,
Order filled.
took off 3. Stop at break even. That's how you play the backpack. That's how you do the backpack. And we're green. Backpack. Up 100 on my MNQ single contract runner from the tippity tip. From the tippity tip. This is just a 198.50 test on NVIDIA. That's where it found support before. After this, it's going to go to 197.85. Love seeing that on the UVXY, giving a little spice here. I would say that was a well-handled sequence. It didn't handle this short. I was short like 35 MNQs up here, and I've just been closing, so it doesn't look that impressive. I'm proud of my trade. I'm proud of the trade. That's 198.50 NVIDIA. Who the fuck? Ooh. We might get extension down here. We might get extension. And I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Okay. Bought it there. This is a VWAP bounce plus NVIDIA putting in a bottom wick near support. That's just sort of a defensive close. Green trade, everybody. Green trades. Little baby green trade. We were up 300 and then we went red and then we're back to green. Green to red to green. Yep, there's that bounce. We're back over 200s already. Look at NVIDIA getting back to 198.50s. That was a good trade. Flat at the moment. I could even be talked into a long here, but here's the thing. I've been fighting the fucking trend all day long. Why would I flip now? Finally caught some shorts. Finally. It seems like the party may be over. The VIX is over 18. I want to add here. Add into the weakness? It's not typically my move. I think we might just be retesting these lower levels. Where's this chart? Okay, watch it close. Just watching it close. Watching. Caught a great short there. Wait. Okay, I was gonna say, did my EMAs just change all of a sudden? It disappeared on me. Go 4 now. I'll reshort the 40s. But not until Nvidia stops bouncing off support. We just engulfed on the 2-minute. What an exit this was on the short, you guys. From the top to the bottom. That was how it's done. On a micro. I did backpack this last little bit though. Heavy backpacked it. Got me back in the green. Not interested in going back to the red. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I might even call it a day there. We made, how much did we make? 60 bucks? 30 to 40 bucks on TPT. Oof, that's not pretty. Not a lot to be proud of. Watching the video here. 209s. You notice that I've got a pocket of EMAs there that we could short off of. Okay, VIX still pushing. Nope. VIX got a big push there. Not seeing any reaction on the video. Not seeing any reactions here. Not seeing a lot of reaction there while the VIX got a pop. Seeing the video now, testing that support. Okay, UVXY breaking out. Short 2 micros in the funded. 200-ish is sort of like the level of interest. Still watching the video. It's under the 50, but we got to get under this. The buyers were waiting under there at 20s. VIX spike was a fugazi. Thought I saw confluence between the VIX and Nvidia. It looked like it. Oh, now it looks like it. Back to our entry for a second there. VIX got spicy for a second, but it could reject from its high and push us up to the all-time high. I love that push. While the video is under support, inside of the wick. Added one more on the EMA taps. Happy tap? Happy tap? Take some out. Again, we're on trailing here, so I'm not going for huge home runs. I'm just trying to inch this thing until we're out of the trailing. VIX gapping up to highs. Come on, VIX. Do the thing. Sexy music is making me feel confident. Took off 2 there. Again, trailing. How you play the trailing drawdown. You leave 1 runner. You don't leave a pile of runners. You leave 1 runner. And you close it. I think you hit. Okay, we're under 200. Just executed the trade. What is that? Dagger alerts. Dagger. Dagger went. Short. All right. I closed it at the bottom of the range because UVXY is up here at the prior day high. Nvidia did lose its support-ish, but it's near this huge bounce spot in the 97s, and we got a 98 evens there that we could test. Pretty good exit. $3 short of the trailing, up 1,000 on the account. Not today. $62 today. Okay. Oh, short is continuing though. Maybe Dagger should have been my indicator. As soon as he went short, I was already short. Okay, so UVXY breaking above the prior day high. Pretty good rejection pattern here, under 200s now. 150, a position of interest here. Let's see it on the 5. Ooh, we lost that EMA on the 5. 2680. Yeah, looks like 26,100 is kind of our next level of support. There's Nvidia at the bounce point, in my opinion. Wow, but look at this VIX explosion. New highs on VIX. New highs. Interesting. Short was good. Shorted it twice, just for the record. Shorted it from the top on TopStep down to here, and then I shorted it from the EMA tap here on TPT down to here. Up $62 on the day. Now, will this wick down only to spoil the short's dreams yet again, or is this a legitimate short? Like we just almost hit all-time highs and then decided to reverse. That is a compelling short to jump into, in my opinion. Wow, VIX pumping. What just happened? This looks like a news candle. Not gonna chase. I would chase it over here. But look at these EMAs. I told you 100 is gonna be our support. 124 is first test. Okay, this would be the bounce point if there was one. There's the bounce. Yeah. The top wick on the UVXY gives me much pause here. Will the breakout continue or will it be stuffed? Will it be a short that I want to chase, or is this the reversal spot? 26,100s, I think, is pretty decent support. 50 points down still. And I like what I'm seeing on the UVXY giving me continuation here. Let me shift this over to the 2-minute where you can really see how that bar populated. So technically we open below the high of that bar. Could reasonably fill this bar, at the very least fill the wick to the downside. Interesting. Oh, very interesting. Now, I do have several other evals that I could get into. Yesterday, in addition to blowing up many, I got some good headway on some Funded Futures family evals. Oh, UVXY looks like it might get some continuation here on the 2-minute. Gotta get above 39.40 to really give me the gusto. I will short even from down here. Okay, this is a potential bottoming pattern forming here on the 2-minute. We could see potentially one more visit down to here, bottom wick, and then back up to the EMA. Now that is a 30-point trade right there. So I've got 30 points to the downside, 30 points to the upside. I'm not sure which direction we're going to choose. Look at that UVXY chart. Dang. Now I know it's the 2-minute and that's a little misleading, but what the hell? See it on the 5. Hasn't finished yet. Got 30 more seconds there. Let's just see it on the 1. Looks a little toppy to me, guys. Looks a little toppy. Okay, we need to see that follow through on the UVXY if we're going to continue to chase shorts down here. Nope. Getting stuffed right now. This is a long signal. Yep, seeing a little bit of a bounce form here. Now, normally I would love to catch this knife right here, but I'm short-minded. I was right. I was 100 points right. VIX 1830. I do think that Nvidia has got a chance to put on a bounce here in the 197s. 197.50 could be a potential point of interest, but 196s is really where the full support is. But see, look at this UVXY continuing to put in green candles, but not making a new high. That's why I'm tempted to long right here, guys. On the 2-minute, it's got a red candle. Seeing a top wick on the VIX as well. Yep, UVXY is having a little bit of trouble finding continuation. Okay, watching the video at 197.40s here. We're through the 197.50, which I would have expected to bring us a little bit of support. Maybe a reclaim of 197.50 would convince me to go long. Not chasing the short here because I've got EMAs just like 10 points below, 20 points below, 30 points below. There's the push on UVXY. Will it get to the new high? Man, we timed that short perfectly. 139 now, 137. Seem a little bouncy from here. Where are we at? These 2-minute EMAs are compelling. 120 is a point of interest. Oh, there's UVXY on the push. On the push. Will it reject off 40? Remember, we tried to catch this yesterday and it betrayed us at 40. If it reclaims 40, that is quite bad for the market. Okay, 84, 86, 85. All right. Definitely interested in this 85 level right here for a long. That's the VWAP. Okay, still in the 30s though. Still just in the 30s. I see bottom wick forming Nvidia. I see top wick UVXY. Will it fill the wick or will it be the point of rejection? Okay, there's red on the UVXY. I'm a buyer in the 80s. We're in 120s here. Okay, see that rejection on the UVXY? I'm long here from now 136, which is 50 points higher than I would have liked. But that rejection on the UVXY is what I was waiting for. Took off one there. Stops at break even. This is just a little scalpy scalp. If we get extension, then that would be fantastic. But I'm only taking this in an eval. Only taking it in micros. Not here to blow a bunch more accounts today. Notice that we had an interaction here with this EMA, hence why I decided to go long, not short. And look at the rejection on the UVXY. Now, over here on a little bit of a higher time frame, targets. Whoa, that's a tough one up there at 180s. Definitely want to be out by 180s. We're in the 150s here. Let me take off one more. Okay, took off one more. $20 profit. Yeah, we engulfed. That's good. That's good. Move and stop up a little bit. This is all good. Nvidia got the bounce off the 197. 18 again. 197, 19, 198. Stop up again. Okay. I like the bottoming here, but remember up here in the 70s, 80s, 60s, 70s, 80s is all resistance now. Market kind of flipped itself, but UVXY is not like a lot. Oh, excuse me. Every time I yawn on camera, I'm like, drink your fucking caffeine, dude. I like the bottoming look of the market here. Again, 160s to 180s. Big resistance, in my opinion. Big rejection on the VIX. That was a 10-cent rejection on the VIX. Now, is it as I suspected that we were just seeking liquidity further below to make this push to all-time highs? I don't know. Let's go back to the ES chart. You can see this. This is the same chart that's in my trading window. So on ES, that cluster, very compelling. But now we're going to have resistance here. Now, again, let's go back to this daily. Check out what happened in January. In January, we got up there, sold all the way to 7,010. Got up here, sold. This is now 10 point sells. This area loves to sell for at least 10 points ES. Selling for 10 points ES. Selling for 20 points ES. That's why this is for real resistance. And if you're like me, where you think that this whole pump is pretty fugazi, we're probably not going to be besting the high. We still have this, like, sometimes called a jellyfish pattern, where you just can't break above the dome. Now, we have broken out here above the dome, especially above like the 6,800 resistance flip that I identified before. That's a bit of a surprise to me. Now we're at 727s.
Order filled.
And we're stopped. Stopped out on the long. UVXY getting a pop. It's good news. So that's interesting on the ES. We did reject off of that cluster of EMAs. As they cross to the downside, that tells us which direction the market's gonna go. Oh. All right. Now seeing UVXY putting him in a compelling bottoming candle while the ES continues to reject. 70-30 is kind of your line there. I'm gonna go back to the NQ because that's where I'm trading. Look at the extension of the downside. Glad we stopped out in profit. Now we're here heading down to the lower support. VIX, interesting, very interesting. This is lunchtime volume coming. Very, very funny market here. The video is now at the pre-market high test. Very tempted to catch along in here. VIX trying to make a high. One more rejection from these 1830s on the VIX. That's another indicator to go long. 196.70s here on the video, right as we're hitting the VWAP.
Order filled.
Long one, cautious long. I see this top wick here. As long as we don't get above this section, I think it's still a long. Trying to get on the right side of the trend here. Really trying. Again, a complete collapse of the VIX will take us to all-time highs. You don't want to be short against all-time highs. I'm long. See a little bit of a tweezer bottom on the ES 10-minute. NQ actually sought liquidity a little deeper, and that's where we got in. Look at that trade. Look at that trade with some legs here. Now, I have resistance above, so I'm going to put in a stop. I will re-enter if we come back down to the VWAP. Now, this VWAP is different from my other VWAP. Oh.
Order
I don't totally understand that. Here for the session from the. Not fucking with it. UVXY stair stepping up. at resistance here. 39.50 currently resistance. Tick is falling on NQ. Why do you keep resetting my shit? Tick is below pre-market low. Market is weak here. Video now at the prior day high test. Was this all a false breakout? Again, off the 200 rejection. Okay, we're at this VWAP here. This again in the 80s is very compelling to me. That's where my VWAP is in TradingView. Prepared to enter in here even though it's a little early. Top wick again in the UVXY. Long 2 on the 120s. Cost base is 123.50. I'd love to get that 10 points lower, but such is life. Nvidia cracked the prior day high, but started to put in a bottom wick. Oh, I only caught one? Huh? There goes Nvidia under the prior day high. Back to this VWAP.
Order filled.
Okay.
Order filled.
I think Nvidia is going to catch a bid here. It loves to just tuck under the prior day high. And it does have prior day low still down there too. Look at this short continuation. Wow. Now, we're here at 100s. 80s was where I really wanted to be long from. Let's see what happens. Now we're at 100. This VWAP now is above 80s. It's now at, oh, it's at 86. My cost basis is 111.75. Pretty big position here. I'm going to start to trim out.
Order filled.
Okay, here we go.
Order filled.
Oh, but check out where the entry is now. Took off even one more for more. That's all in profits. Those are all taking profits here from these ads at the bottom. Stops a break even. Look at the UVXY with the tweezer top. Now, Nvidia's got to get back over this 196.50s. Pronto! If there's any hope for this rally to continue. Now, here we go. Check this out. Nvidia got the bounce off 196 evens. Now, see, look at this, 196.13. The 13s are currently in play here. 19, 52, 28. 50s are not exactly the guideposts that I usually like them to be on Nvidia, but that's okay. Now let's just check ES by comparison. It did hit that VWAP and did get the bounce. Boink. Let's watch what happens. Like seeing the green on the 5. My cost basis is 104. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So I put my stop back at VWAP. We could get stuffed right here. Can you guys see that? We could get stuffed off of this EMA right here. This is a little bit of an EMA cluster. If I had two, I would scale there, but big reds on the VIX. Fuck it. Nvidia recaptured the 196s, now testing 197 from below. I'm gonna watch any of those levels for rejection, especially the 197.13. That's the ADMA waiting there. Reclaim a 197. Nope, rejected off 197. VIX getting a little poppy pop. I got my stop in. I'm happy with it. I'm gonna be right back. This is the Beagle's here. You guys see my Beagle? The good boy. Let's see if you guys can see. I don't know. Can you guys even see back there? A little bit. It's a little dark back. He's just laying. Right. Right. There. Beagle. Leg. Go. I'll go give him some love. See if he'll perk up. He's not impressed. All right. Keep watching this here. Nothing happening in my ear, so that's good. Put this thing away. All right, 1 p.m. New hourly candle coming in. Let's see if it's a long or a short. Looks like it might be short. I'm gonna go ahead and take some profit over here. Maybe. So far, we're supporting on the EMA cluster. Hey, look at that! I like that. I'm just gonna move my stop up. Look at that! Look at that long workout. Love that. Love that. Okay, UVXY at the prior day high. NVIDIA is testing this SR flip right here off the random 197.20s. My profit right there. I see UVXY trying to put in a little bit of a bounce. That was not bad. 50 points from the bottom. Let's just do a little review here. We caught that. The buy was at 119. Okay, so we got it from the view up. We didn't take the whole. Whatever. Look at the exit. Look at the exit off the bounce on the UVXY prior day high. Maybe it was a short. Maybe it was. Maybe NVIDIA is gonna flip on this SR support resistance line. Right there. It's gray. I'm gonna make this chartreuse again. Where's my chartreuse? Boink. Chartreuse. Now, NVIDIA comes up here, test these EMA, test this level again, and up. That is another compelling long case. But so far, rejecting from the SR level that I identified. You could potentially enter a short here as the ES rejected its 20-day. Oh no, it rejected the 8. It's currently sitting on the 20. You could make the argument this is a short section, but that is exactly what I was looking for. Watch here now, watch NVIDIA to perhaps hop above. Losing this prior day high on the UVXY should send the market up. Yeah, VIX is collapsing here. This could be that push to the all-time high. Now testing the 8 EMA on the 10 on ES and NQ. Watching NVIDIA up here. A reclaim of 179.21 would be compelling. Doesn't seem like it really wants to. Interesting. VXY under 39 does not give me a lot to short from. 896, 38.97. All right, I entered one contract short. I'd like to see NVIDIA reject. Okay, testing the EMA. UVXY got a bounce, so did NVIDIA. Now we're green. More green. My cost basis is 60. Hit it at 64.50 was sort of like the real rejection spot, which was prior resistance 6. But again, we pop up here. The video takes a big run. This is a retest of the prior day high. Yes, looks like a very bullish chart in my opinion on the 10-minute. Okay, video is now testing that level.
Order
Added
filled.
one. Saw the UVXY come up and test the prior day to reject. There is NVIDIA getting the push upwards as ES back to where we sold off from, adding one more off of the 8 tap. VIX getting a little bit of a bottom wick too. Okay, watching the video really closely here. Would love to see rejection, not acceptance over the level. 97, 28, 26. VIX getting bouncy. UVXY not getting. NVIDIA had a little bit of a top wick. Tough short here. Again, we could be just marching up to the all-time high, so it's tough to throw a lot of size into the short. We're just filling up this whole candle right here. This is our SR level up here. Stop is just above. So far, NVIDIA has reclaimed its level. It does have the EMA stack above. That little cuppy look, however, it's not bearish. Short 4 from 67. We're at 73.50s. Uh-oh. There goes UVXY plunging again.
Order filled.
97.50 test NVIDIA. $7.50 so far rejecting on NVIDIA. EMA stack above. If I get my squat going, I'm not over here surfing. Let's see if there's talking. It is. Okay, squawk engaged. What I'm hoping is that everybody's getting really bulled up here, buying lots of out-of-the-money calls, which sets the skew a little bit off for the market maker, which makes them have to hedge by pushing the market down. Okay, got greens finally. VIX got the bounce. UVXY engulfs on that candle up to 39. I'll start taking some off. NVIDIA held the pivot. Didn't lose the pivot, which is interesting. Okay, testing the pivot again on NVIDIA.
Order filled.
Some off of the VIX top wick rejection.
Order filled.
Is in a break even.
Order filled.
Out. ES pushing the highs. We're at 34.75. That's why we keep those stops tight, y'all. UVXY, a little bit of a bottoming pattern off the pre-market high. NVIDIA at support test, the 197.20s. We are above EMAs on the 10. Watch that NVIDIA level of service support. It's just a test. So lost support, found support, reclaimed support, testing support. This is the long on NVIDIA. Long entry. Loss of this level would be your stop out. You're only going to risk about 45 cents. Reasonable risk. Breaking down below that support. See the market following down. Held the support so far. VIX and NVIDIA both heading up. Just oh, out of tea. I have to make a freshie. Bullishness here. NVIDIA held the level on the test. Going up. Yes, has some resistance up here. NVIDIA did not hold that level after all. In fact, it's starting to lose that level. We did have a long legs hanging man just before that. Bullish, not bearish. You'll see UVXY going down while NVIDIA goes down to test support. Kind of in the middle of the range here. It's a tough spot to go. Goes NVIDIA under the level. I'm chasing short. Put in a bottom wick.
Order filled.
Still trying to lose that level on NVIDIA. That's why not playing along, but the VIX is playing along. All of this. See NVIDIA hold support, testing through. NVIDIA over its support again. With my thesis. Oh gosh, big dump on the UVXY. Market is not listening yet. VIX actually picking up.
Order filled.
Added here. Seeing bottom wick forming on the UVXY. There's the rejection on NVIDIA. Prior to come back to our entry. Really close on this NVIDIA versus UVXY. Who's going to win at the level? I stopped down a little. Shows NVIDIA to the north. XY not inspiring a lot of confidence. Watching these top wicks form. Top wicks versus bottom wicks. Who's going to win? Who's it going to be? Stop is in. Not worried. And we're shorting against the trend here.
Order filled.
It is. Stopped out. XY continues downside. Squeezing up. Good stop. Of course, then NVIDIA rejects. Of course.
Order
I re-entered in the short off the NVIDIA rejection off the EMA. Oh, big squeeze up. I liked the top wick at first, but it's starting to fill up a little bit. Here we go. Now we're in the green. Was the resistance area where I stopped out before. So I entered it a little higher with a little bit more size. Let's get some fireworks here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Don't bounce it. Don't bounce it. Not seeing any support from UVXY on this move, so I'm going to start exiting in profits. It's a beautiful top wick, but I can't trust it. We're fighting the trend, and the UVXY is not helping. Spicy. Is this the bounce? Is this the squeeze, or is this the dump? UVXY testing the pre-market high now. Nice subtractions from our short earlier.
Order filled.
Short of the top of the wick. ES at 70.36.25. 70.48 weights above. There's the NVIDIA rejection that I wanted. Potential bottoming UVXY. Reclaim of pre-market high on it right now. Capping down on that. Those caps. Volume starting. Our kind of volume? Is it short side volume or is it long side volume? Stop is in. Seeing sort of a head and shoulders developing on ES. See it on that. This rejection, not good for shorts. That rejection is good for shorts. Which one is the one? Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's go into video. Get under that level.
Get under that level, NVIDIA. Yes. Now I do have an EMA right here. Watching it closely. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just de-risk here. We are riding this EMA up, so this could be the bounce spot. That was technically losses there.
Up above this candle right here, our level. Name. There's the rejection. Finally, picking off one.
UVXY reclaiming the pre-market high. Very bearish for the market. Usually, NVIDIA under its level, but 197 support potentially test. Yeah, see that? See the bottom wick there? You can see that I'm tempted to look for a backpack here. Okay, VIX got a gap up this time. NVIDIA under pivot. Way under pivot. Will it bounce though? Okay, so UVXY gap and then fill. VIX continuing to gap around on the 2-minute. NVIDIA under. $887. 889 on the UVXY.
Any action on the and we were just riding the EMA on the E. Not pressing backpack. Video now testing 197. Gotta bounce again. XY still getting the reject. Trade.
Order filled.
A little spicy again. That's trying to form that right shoulder. Let's do some drawings. Potential bottoming look. Backpack.
$197.21 test for NVIDIA. Reclaim would be bullish. Rejection would be bearish.
Order filled.
Stopped out. In profit. All right, I was about to do a drawing over it. Potential head and shoulders forming on the market right here. Now I'm seeing this push. No, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the market push on the 2 up into the thesis of this. Video could reclaim. Potential short entry here. Big push. Not a short yet. Rejecting its pivot. You're poking above the right shoulder. Invalidating my head and shoulders idea. I think I was in this long. Not actually. Spot for the shoulders to play. Yes, however, is near the high. Very close. All-time high is right up there. In fact, let's go ahead and just get that on the chart.
Here.
$43. Okay. Head and shoulders on SPY. Entering a short here.
Order filled.
Video is losing its level. ES is pushing, but it's getting a top wick rejection, as is the SPY here. Our all-time high SPY. Here somewhere. Short is not working out, however.
Order filled.
One more at the top of the wick. Okay, there's no video under 197. Bearish. Okay, we're trying to figure out where is the all-time high SPY. Video is getting a higher low, bouncy, while the VIX is rejecting from its push up. Okay, so SPY's all-time high got hit today. ES did not. I got about 30 more minutes here, and I'm going to call it a day and bid you all adieu. Uh-oh. Big push VIX. No reaction on the market. Check. We got rejection on the VIX, green on the UVXY. Disagreement. Nvidia's getting a push.
Order filled.
Added one more. See if Nvidia rejects here. Seem like it is.
Order
Big
filled.
push on the VIX. Market's not listening. Here's the Nvidia rejection. Short off of 200s basically is kind of where we're looking at. 211 would kind of be our stop out. VIX got a pop, but no follow through. There's Nvidia reclaiming the pivot. Caution on the short. Time for this big squeeze up. About where we sold from on the ES before. The big push. Push to highs. Nvidia reclaimed. Big push on the ES.
Order
Okay.
filled.
Added one more.
Order
Two
filled.
more. The VIX rejection is going to hurt us here, guys. Kind of rejecting the prior day high again could be what propels us up to all-time highs. Big push ES.
Order filled.
The initial rejection there on the 39 tap. TopStep. Run away. Buy this pump. There's no VIX corresponding to it. Oil is not listening to it. Where's the pump coming from, guys? Nvidia. I don't trust this pump at all.
Order filled.
Here at a full 10. Again, this is the resistance area that I was targeting around 210. Add more if we head back. As long as Nvidia is not breaking above its little range there. Seeing the top wick on the ES. Around resistance. But I think that this afternoon trend is actually even sharper than the morning trend. So hard to be short here. Not risking a whole lot.
Order filled. Order filled.
Close to the 210 resistance.
Order
Okay.
filled.
Cost
Order
basis is
filled.
200 exactly. Watching really close here. 197.50 rejection on Nvidia. Right at resistance. Yes, is that resistance? Now Nvidia could get a huge pop above. If we get above 197.71, that would be. VIX is not giving me the love that I need to see to really go hard on the short. ES at the 70-40 resistance. Will it break above? NVIDIA is breaking above.
Order filled.
Added off the rejecty look on ES. The next candle opened up lower than the one that closed prior. That's just a little 2-minute chart, so it's hard to really conclude a lot from there. That's why I'm prepared to exit quickly. Yes, new high of day. Not breaking down though.
Order filled.
VIX filling its little gap there. A nice ad there at the top of that candle. Seeing the VIX fill in its little gap there. Now we need to see continuation and not a rejection off of the 38.90. Okay. Oh, bounced off the entry. We were green for a second there. Seeing the rejection on the ES. Just need no bottom wickage. Oh, it actually turned green for a second there. Watching close on this rejection pattern. Closely watching. Big position.
Order filled.
Okay. Taking profits.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
Okay. Now I don't think that's the super rejection ES.
Order filled. Order
Okay.
filled.
Took some more profit off. Now I'm just short 5.
Order
Still
filled.
seeing the bounce happening. Took off 2 more. All right, 1 more.
Order filled.
Tunes. That's what I wanted. I had this on all day, man. This is the shorting music right here. It's the get short jam.
Order
Took
filled.
off 1 more. Again, I don't want to get in the way of ES blasting to fucking blue skies and all-time highs. Blue skies and all-time highs. Shorten the trend for all audiences. This is what we're trying to do here. We're trying to play the rejection off the all-time high-ish. We got like 50 cents away on the ES. NQ pushed a little higher earlier. I like what I'm seeing on the rejection off of the EMA for NVIDIA. It does have an EMA stack below that could serve as support, as does the ES. Tempted to take 1 more off here in profit. Right, I took off 1 more in profit. Good short, guys. Good short. GG. EGS. Good shorts. Everybody in my ears saying that we're going higher. Okay, NVIDIA testing the 197.20 level. It would need to hold there, or this is bad look. Okay, watching close for a potential backpack. Ooh, you can see that the EMA is on the end. Slightly different than the MN? We're just hanging at the EMA. Oh, I like that push. 6. This is a lower high. And the rejection under 197.20 on the video. VIX breaks out again. I would be tempted. Look at that. Look at this line over. This rejection would actually be the long entry. Watching the video for a bounce. There's the NVIDIA bounce. I'm flat. Whoa, UVXY pumped for the prior day. I'm tempted to go long here. That's why I closed it out. UVXY rejection from that level would be the long entry. NVIDIA is starting to bounce. UVXY on the prior day high. Let's see what happens. There's the rejection-ish. 39. Okay, NVIDIA at 197 did not reclaim the pivot. UVXY. Seeing a bounce on ES. Seeing a rejection on UVXY just like we wanted. There we go. We're long 3. 3 backpacks, triple backpack. Let's see what happens. I was flat on the short prior to that, so I'm not double dipping, not hedging. That's the rejection we wanted to see on the UVXY. Now we need NVIDIA to start to play along too on reclaiming that pivot. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Dipping pretty hard here. 197 tap NVIDIA. NVIDIA did not hold that 197 level. Yes, still trying to bounce off its EMA. That ES candle goes green, I'm good to go. More sexy music. There's the long we wanted. I'm out of 2. Move my stop to this EMA. NVIDIA is not getting the bounce. This could just be a reposition on the shorts. The ES bounce is getting stuffed. Look at that gap down on the rejection. See if UVXY fills up its gap, that will drive us down further. Nice, nice. Moving up my stop. Took off 1. Stops at break even. Check that out, flipping from short to long. Let's go to all-time highs. I finally got on the right side of the fucking trend. Put my stop up nonetheless. Let's go to the all-time high. Let's go. The video's getting a little bounce. That's what we wanted to see. I'm here for 15 more minutes, y'all. 2 p.m. I sign off, whether I'm green or not. Not making the same mistake I made yesterday where I YOLO'd with $40 to go on an eval only to fucking torch it right in front of the camera. And I was late to my doctor's appointment. Caught hell from my favorite nurse. Hey, Neely, I know you're not listening or watching, but sorry. I was late. Okay, ES got a rejection. Testing its EMA. Okay, I like that. I very much like that bounce off the EMA on the 2-minute ES. NVIDIA not getting the memo yet. Now the NQ's testing its 2-minute. 2-minute 9. Y'all seeing this? Can you guys just check it in? Yeah, you got this. You got it. But I flipped long. Oh, neon went long. What to see? All right, ES pushing to the highs around 40s. Move my stop up. Video is finally getting the memo that we're bouncing. CMA is currently providing resistance. Not what I wanted to see for the long-term long. I'm gonna go ahead and take my profit. 430 on the day on this eval. Should I stay in the minis? Stay in the minis? Risky. Hanging man off of the EMA. Hung him from the branch. Really need NVIDIA to start playing along while the VIX is crushing. Yeah, there's NVIDIA. Now we're longing into the same EMA that I closed out from before. I'm aware. I'm waiting for NVIDIA to finally get the bounce on. Okay, out of 1 at the EMA tap. That's why I entered 2. Second one's a break even. Good trade. Can't see it, but it's a good trade. It's a good trade, everybody. It's a green trade. Stopped out. Still a green trade. NVIDIA kind of getting stuffed here. VIX still crushing. This EMA is providing lots of resistance here. Okay, now I'm long 2 off of the EMA. Come on, NVIDIA, let's get the push now. Here we go. Well, we gotta beat that EMA. We gotta beat the EMA. Okay, seeing a VIX crush happening. Gonna take us to the highs. Now we're getting EMA rejection. Video wants to push, but it's not doing it. Risk is defined. Not a 1 there on the push up to the top of the wick. Baby profit, we're not losing. This funky music is right. I approve. Come on, let's go to all-time highs. 4 audiences finally went long. That's a break even. There we go. We're over the resistance line. Now let's see if it was just a liquidity sweep. Nvidia still not playing along. Gives me pause here. Why the stop is where it is. All right, here we go. Going long. I see UVXY with the bottom waking a little bit of green here. That could be the rejection spot that we were afraid of. Is resistance on ES. This again is this whole right shoulder concept. Check it on the NQs. How did that head and shoulders turn out? Hey. Nah, we're over the shoulder, but are we? Was I just early? Oh. Oh. Question. Still not with NVIDIA. Still not with NVIDIA. Taking my profit.
Filled.
NVIDIA not participating does not take us to all-time highs, in my opinion. I don't see how we get there without a NVIDIA 200 tap. Why would everything else go to all-time highs, but not NVIDIA? Oh, there's NVIDIA. Now we get maybe some participation.
Order filled.
Yeah, let's go now. Let's go now, NVIDIA. Don't fake me out, please. Don't fake me out, please. Out of
Order
one.
filled. Order
Out of
filled.
two. Now it's time for NVIDIA to pop.
Order
All right, I'm out. I don't like NVIDIA having resistance off of its EMA below the support. I'm all out. Bye. Yes, it's 70-40 now. While NVIDIA rejects its EMA, and UVXY puts in a little bit of a bottoming pattern. And UVXY with a little bit of bottoming. There's NVIDIA starting to participate. That was the long that I wanted, but I already took my profit. Going back to the micros here. Looking for the chase. Looking for the chase on the VIX rejection. Watching the potential head and shoulders, though. The video's definitely got to be over 197 if I'm... Video rejected.
Order
short.
filled. Order
At a
filled.
2 already. In profit. Here's my stop. VIX waking up. The video rejected. That was my entry. Stops a break even. That's how you do it. Short against the trend. Eventually it works. Is it the head and shoulders playing out? I couldn't tell you. Stop is a break. I'm tempted to even just go ahead and take the profit early. NVIDIA is quite the breakdown, though.
Order
I'll take my profit. Okay. NVIDIA previously found support over here. Let's see what happens. Got the perfect rejection that I wanted off the EMA. Market, however, did not take the same path. ES is still at 70-40. NVIDIA breakdown. Touching close on that NVIDIA breakdown. Under the prior day high. A bounce here would launch us.
Order filled.
Long 2 for that launch. Start to see it break down, which is obvious. 0 is 196. You got 50 cents of play on NVIDIA. I want it out on NVIDIA. Let's do it now. Rejection on 888. Currently, the market is not following.
Order filled.
Added. Waiting for this NVIDIA liquidity sweep. Push us up higher. 9660s. Six tapped on NVIDIA. Claim it, and we're good to go. Or it's rejecting that pre-market high. Not what I would see for.
Order filled.
Okay, I added on that dip to the EMA. Stop is not going to be too far off here. And I will size down if I see us driving below that EMA. Come on, NVIDIA. Get with the program. There's the EMA tap. NVIDIA looking for new low. Fix pressing.
Order filled.
Out of 2. Move my stop down. NVIDIA not participating, but remember it swept below before. The shoulder starting to play out there on the market.
Order
Okay.
filled.
Want to see NVIDIA get the bounce here and not make a new low. 196 even was that level. Is down here below these EMAs. I'll start to size down if we get to really press. Seeing some bottom wick on NVIDIA. I wanted. On 96s. Wick on the UVXY. NVIDIA still pressing. Still pressing. 196.20. The bounce spot. Press. Reject. Yeah. Support. Wow. Oh.
Order filled.
That's it for that combine. Long did in the funded. Uh-oh, that was my 2 o'clock exit. Perfect timed exit. NVIDIA driving lows. Last trade of the day for me here. VIX pressing up. I want to see a bigger rejection to fill the gap. The video with the bounce like that. Yes, swept the liquidity below on NVIDIA. VIX needs to reject now. Here's the VIX rejection that I wanted. Okay, out of most of them. Up is at break even. Remember, it's just one runner on the trailing. There, look at that. Look at that long. Look at that long. Up is in. Big whippy action. What I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. Look at the press. Look at the press. Look at the press. Now, I got to choose my exit here very carefully because of the trailing drawdown. Let's keep it pressing. Want to see, yes, want to see NVIDIA put in this bottoming pattern. Yes. Yes, that's the long that I wanted all this fucking time. Thank you. Let's go to all-time highs. All right. I just took it out there, trying to maintain a little bit. That's a $20 hit to the trailing drawdown. Up 212 on the day. 212. Former area code of New York City where I used to live. I'm going to take that as a sign that we're going to call it a day. Thanks for joining us at Trading for All Audiences. We fucked up all the evals and we nailed it on the funded. This is just the story of the week. Poor evals. Gosh. Poor combine. Tough times out there on the combine. Look at that exit on the long. Woo! Feels good. Feels good. Was that an all-time high on the ES? Did we briefly touch it and then sell off? We did! All-time highs, and I was long. All right, I can feel okay about that. I didn't fight the fucking trend to the tippity top. I just fought it, on the way. I got long on the right moment. Okay, we'll call it a win. Call it a win. Hope you all have a lovely day. Man, this combine stop out was rough. It was on this wick, and then it went so far up. Tough times, tough times. I could have sized down, as I had said, and maybe maintained the account, but it happened so quick. It was really tough to tell. Tough to judge. Tough to judge. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good rest of your days. Thanks for joining me on For All Audiences. I hope that you didn't lose all your accounts like I did. One funded still fighting the good fight. Here we are retesting the prior all-time high. Retest of the prior all-time high happening on ES. See it? I'll leave you with this. There it is. Here's your all-time high. All-time highs. All right, and I guess that'll do it for us. All right, everybody, you have a good rest of your day. Be careful out there. Trading at all-time highs is clearly not